So with all the new summer signings in this transfer window made by Real Madrid, got all the Madrid fans excited for the next season, and especially me. It got me thinking, with all the new signings, with Marco Correa, Denzel Dumfries, Bernardo Silva, and Ibrahima Konate joining Real Madrid, I should make a potential lineup. And I thought about making one yesterday. But then, out of nowhere, Yan Diomande, here we go, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, he's gonna be joining Real Madrid on a 5-year deal. Yan Diomande. And people think he's gonna be replacing Vini with all the rumors of him leaving for Arsenal. I don't think that. He's gonna be coming on the right wing to replace Brahim, Rodrigo, and stuff. And also feel like it's a good idea. Madrid have not had a natural right winger in a long time. In fact, actually, since Gareth Bale. Since Gareth Bale in 2014, Madrid have not signed a natural right winger. So I decided, let's make a goddamn good lineup that would Mm, yeah, it's gonna be fun, alright? I don't know how to explain, I'm just excited for it. So let's just go. In goal, it's gonna be really obvious. It's gonna be Thibaut Courtois. No one is gonna doubt that. Right back, I'm gonna go for Trent. I think Dumfries will be like every game. Like one game is gonna be Trent, the other game is gonna Denzel. But that will also depend of the team and their play style and stuff, and or how much it would have to face that opponent. Here I have Ibrahim. I have Konate. I don't see Rudiger starting anymore. I feel like his age is getting to him and stuff. And uh, as of now, uh, yeah, Dean Housen. I was about to say, there are also rumors that Alessandro Bastoni might still be considered by Real Madrid to sign him this summer window, but I'm not really sure about that. On the left back situation, I think it's gonna be the easiest one in my opinion. Mark Cucurella, because I don't see other Carreras starting over him. He's a World Cup winner. He just won the World Cup. He played so well during the World Cup, got a few assists and more like I think a goal or something. So he played really, really well. And in the midfield, I don't know, like as of now, no Rodri confirmation as of making this video. So I'm just gonna be going with Chouameni. We're gonna be going with Chouameni and Fede Valverde. All right, even though these two guys had beef last season, don't matter. I'm gonna switch them up though, so they're gonna be Chouameni on the left side and Fede here, so he can help Trent. Here I have Yan Diomande. If he's even on here, Yan Dio, he is on here. Yan Diomande there, Vinny Jr. here, and Jude Bellingham on here in the middle. Here, I feel like I must explain like what position and what they will do on the pitch. Okay, I'm not Mourinho, but that's my guess. And Kylian Mbappe. All right, so how I see this team, how they are lined up and stuff. This attack, this front three here, Yan Diomande, Mbappe, and Vini, they have speed, they have technical abilities, they are fast. All right, I'm gonna put a clip up on the screen somewhere here, or like I don't know, of Yan Diomande absolutely cooking defenders in Bundesliga. We already know about Vini and Mbappe, how well they're doing it. Um, and because these guys are gonna be so fast, the midfield and defense might need to like they're gonna when they're gonna be going on a counter attack, Konate pass Trent to Diamante and like 1-2 with Valverde and then he's gonna run. That would drag the midfielders down as well. And if they're also really fast, they might also react slow. I don't know, but I might also leave space for Jude Bellingham. We already know how good he is at that shadow striker position. We saw it at the World Cup. We saw it at the World Cup. He scored 7 goals and was so, so good. So I feel like what Mourinho's trying to do is that 11-12 kind of counter-attack system with Ronaldo. Yeah, it was Ronaldo, Benzema, and maybe Higuain. Yeah, Higuain. I don't know how to say his name. With them two, with them three, and Bellingham, like he would be like I don't know, like an Ozil maybe, but that's more like Ada. I don't know. just this whole front three, it's made for counterattack. I already know who's his plan here. And defensively, if they sign Rodri, I feel like Chouameni just signed an extension, so I don't see him just getting sold. And Fede, like there are rumors there's gonna be a really, really painful exit this summer. Many people think it's this man right here. I don't think so. You know, I don't think it's gonna be Mbappe. Bellingham again. No. And out of this whole squad, the one guy I think that will be leaving, it's not gonna be Thibaut. It might be Fede. And if Rodri from City comes and starts here, now this is crazy. I feel like Chouameni and Rodrigo slash Rodri, I feel like they would do a really good partnership. Them two in a double pivot, and then Judo's gonna have like more freedom in a way. That's what he likes, he likes to kind of drift wide sometimes, collect the ball out here, make a 1-2 with Vinny or like 1-2 with someone, then run a bit deeper and stuff like that. And um, I feel like this would be a really ideal uh kind of midfield for Real Madrid. I want it especially if Fede is to leave. I'm really sad about it. I'm not really sure for it because I've also seen rumors that Ara is really liked by Mourinho, but he's not gonna get played over Diomande because Diomande is not gonna be a substitute. He's not gonna be a kind of rotation player. No way he would come to Madrid just to stay on the bench and just be rotated. I don't think that. Um, the same with here. So how I think the whole like how they would play, I feel like Kukurea and Trent would be a bit more up, and Hoyson and Konata are gonna be not spaced out, but just more space in between them. And Rodri's gonna come a bit more up, Chouameni a bit more behind him, and Vini and Diamande are gonna be drifting inside, cutting inside, shooting, and just trying to create stuff. So how I see it, it's gonna be more like 2-3-1. I don't like Rochi how he plays, like he likes to move around a lot, like around the midfield a lot, like boom, boom, boom. He goes here, then rotates here and stuff like that. He just kind of switches between sides. So I feel like it's gonna be more like this, a weird 2-3-1-3-1, if that's even possible. Got two defenders here. Kukurea's gonna be pushing up alongside with Trent. Trent might cut in. Kukurea also likes to beat this attacking wing back. He can overlap and Vinny pass and cross, and Bellingham might be there to head it in. You know, I said I'm not a coach, but I have some sort of idea how they might play. So yeah, in general, I think Real Madrid will have an interesting season with if these signings are to be made, if this is gonna be the lineup and stuff. So I'm not really mad about them. And with Denzel, by the way, I was a bit like, why would Denzel leave? Cause I'm not even sure if he's gonna start. I feel like he's gonna be used more as a like rotation in between him and Trent. So in one game it's gonna be Trent, the next game it's gonna be Denzel and stuff like that. But it also depends on the opponent's play style, on how they play, how they attack and stuff like that. Because if the other team is more like attacking on their left side, which is on Trent's side, and they know they can abuse him because he might be a bit bad at defending and stuff, he's just gonna put Denzel in. He's just gonna be like, you know what? I ain't gonna deal with too much pressure, so I'm just gonna put Denzel in. And Denzel is gonna do the same thing. He's gonna do some kind of pushing up the field work. He's also a bit better defending than Trent, but Trent is just more creative and gives more to the team. But every player gives their own kind of thing here. Konate is fast, so he might be a bit more helpful against attackers. Look, he's doing well. I'm really, really impressed by him. I always liked him. I always liked him as a player, especially at Chelsea. Always liked just how he was playing. He has just that. I don't know. I don't know. He just plays really good. And at the World Cup, he proved it to everyone. And with Chouameni, if he didn't extend his contract, I think it would have been a Rodri and Fede uh midfield duo. I feel like it would have been more like this. Because let's say if Trent plays here instead of Dumfries, Valverde is gonna kind of give support to him. That is what happened last season as well. When for example, I don't know, I don't know if I can give an example as, but like if like hold on, if a team attacks their left side, which is on Trent's side, and I feel also Arbeloa and Xabi knew Trent might be a bit weaker at defending, but that's why they have Fede. Fede played at right back. He played almost everywhere on the pitch. Like that's why he scored a hat trick against fucking Manchester City in the Champions League. So he went and helped Trent here defend, kind of give him some support. But sometimes when that happens, there might be a bit too much overcrowding here, and the people are gonna be too much on this side, and then it's gonna be free here. For example, the Barcelona, Rafinha attracts much of the attention, but so does Yamal. So most people know Yamal's dangerous, so it's gonna be covering him more towards here. Vini might come down and help, but that leaves Rafinha really free here. Switch sides, the defense needs to adjust. They adjust maybe too late, and then Rafinha does some freaking skill moves and then scores, alright, like he always does. So that is my idea. I would not mind a Rodri Valverde double pivot because Fede is really good going forward, like a box to box, and Rodrigo is like a deep lying playmaker in a way. You get what I'm saying? Like he plays a bit more deep, but he is the connection between the defense and the attack. In Spain he plays more the defensive mid with like Fabian here and the other guy, I forgot his name here, and he plays in like a three-man midfield like this. But at Madrid, he's going to be mostly playing as a double pivot with Fede or Tchouameni, which that would kind of give him a ton of creativity. And as I said, Cucurella and Dumfries will be coming a bit more up, going to be playing a bit more higher up the pitch, and it's going to be more spacing in between Hausen and Konate, and Diomande and Vili are going to be really poised. Cause, holy shit. Because Diamante and Vinny's role in this team might just be, in a way, they're gonna be so dangerous on on their specific size when they cut in. It's gonna leave some space maybe for Bellingham or even Fede to come up, and then just power rocket or just kind of just give a shot at goal. So feel like this team, if this is the team that would play next season, or between Trent and Dumfries and Tchouameni and them, I do see this team winning at least one trophy, right? At least one. I see them winning maybe like La Liga, but La Liga's gonna be like weird. But I see them maybe winning a Super Copa or yeah, or La Liga. Copa del Rey is like really really sketchy because Madrid always is just ass in the Copa del Rey. But I do see them maybe winning a La Liga title. This team can win a La Liga title. If they're gonna play with this specific defense, really good defense. And I also feel like the reason Chouameni might play over Fede is because Mourinho's teams like to absorb pressure, They like to absorb pressure, they defend compactly, but then they just go speedy on the counter-attack. That is why Madrid in 11-12 are so deadly. Like, they were deadly as fuck. They were really strong defensively, They had Pepe, Ramos, Marcelo, and who was the right back? Oh my god. And it wasn't Arbeloa, it was someone else. I forgot his name. Was it the Portuguese guy? Coentrão? Yeah, I think that was the name, Coentrão. Let me search it up. Uh Real Madrid team 11-12. Um uh was it Arbeloa? So it was Arbeloa. Ah. I mean, I just wasn't sure about that's the thing. So you see here, you know, they were really strong defensively and stuff, with also Xabi Alonso and Khedira. Xabi Alonso like that Rodri profile, he's great and stuff, and Khedira was more like the six, more like defensively. And then you just had Di Maria. Oh damn. Then you just had Di Maria, Ozil, Ronaldo, and Benzema. These three guys were like young and fast, and Ozil was just a creative mind, just like here. You have strong defense here, really that could defend well. You have two midfielders that are really, really good in my opinion. You have Roger who can be like that Xabi Alonso profile, kind of creative goes and like stuff. And then you have Chouameni who's gonna be like more defensive wise. And then you have these lot who are just fast as fuck and just really good. And then you have the creative guy who might be there. But creative guy is weird to say, but he is really smart. Bellingham is a really smart player. Um, also was also really really good. But you see here, you know, this is this lineup won La Liga with like 100 points, and then the following season so did Barca, I think. So yeah, I think the main lineup will be uh Trent. It's gonna be Trent. Oh my god, Trent. Main lineup is gonna be Trent. Yeah, it's gonna be like this. Gonna be this defense. Midfield, let's remove this. And I said Fede. I don't see Bernardo Silva starting. He's gonna be a rotation. He's old, but I do see him sometimes starting over Fede. All right, I do see him start over Fede. Cause we also deep it. No, no, no. Goddamn, Bernardo. Yeah, I'm as Na Bernardo Silva. Silva. Bernardo Silva. All right. Cause Bernardo Silva, he's like a right winger, but he's more of a cam. He plays more like in this position. I don't think Mourinho's gonna kind of move Bellingham down. I think of it. I do see him maybe playing as a central midfielder who's gonna be going like a lot around. He's gonna be switching on the left and on the right. I do see that in a way, but mainly I think it's gonna be Fede and Chouameni in the lineup. So yeah, this is how I see it. I see this specific defense with these two in the midfield and just this, yeah, this front four. Bellingham